Hi everyone, welcome to the next video from Roxy's Journal of Stitchery, and today is a prompt reveal day. So the next prompt that we are doing is, it's love. So L-O-V-E. You can interpret that however you like. You could put something you love, you could write the word love, or you could do what I'm going to do, and I'm going to do a heart. So I have drawn a heart down the bottom here, and I am actually doing something fairly simple tonight. It won't take too long to show you. I have cut a heart out of a really old cross stitch, and that is going to be stitched on here. You can see my pencil line, but that will go because what I want to do, I'm just going to show you. I want to frame it. I'm thinking of putting some twine around the outside, maybe some lace. Also, I was thinking of layering up some little fabrics around it. I'm not sure yet. But anyway, I'm going to start off by just simply stitching down my vintage piece of cross stitch. So really simple with this one. I'll pin it in place to begin with. You won't end up seeing the pencil line because I will have some borders around it and they'll end up covering it. So there were several things I was thinking of doing. I was thinking of doing the heart shape and just filling it in with random slow stitching, bits of fabric. I was thinking of filling it in just with like linens and sort of creamy white coloured, mostly creamy coloured fabrics, and then stitching hearts in it. So I've thought about a few things. I might pop a few ideas into the Pinterest board for you to get you going. But I ended up deciding that I did really want to put a piece of this cross stitch on, and this was the corner. This was the corner here, and I just really love that crest and the way that the swans or birds come in there. So I thought that'd be good to put on. And it's vintagey, and it's like Frenchy. So French kind of, I don't know. But anyway, so just finding a needle. I think I'm going to stitch it down with my very thin silk thread. You really will barely see that. I could just stitch it down with plain sort of creamy coloured cotton as well, but I'm going for the thin thread. So I'm a bit late today. I've just finished watching the Matildas. Anyone else been watching? We just lost the semi. Bummer. But the girls did amazing in this tournament, and they now get to play off for third position, and this is the highest we've ever got in a World Cup. For both our men and our women, this is the highest ever, which is fantastic, and it will do wonders for women's sport in general, and particularly for women's football, which is great. Okay, I'm just tying a little knot because this thread is so fine it can come out of the eye very easily. And you can't even feel the knot, it's tiny, so it won't get in the way. All right, so I'm just going to do like the stitch, I think Rach calls it the invisible stitch. I'm just doing little tiny stitches around it to hold it down. And then I'll think about what I'm going to frame it with. Okay, so we'll just start at the bottom. Just little tiny running stitches. So finished Saturday sport on the weekend. It was Jamie's last rugby game for his school ever. That's his last one. Bit sad that it's all over. But it's nice to be able to have our Saturdays back. Jamie will have them back for a long time. Who knows how long, because next year I think he's going to take a gap year and go and work for a year at our outdoor ed campus, which is not far from Sydney, so I'll see him all the time. And then he's planned to go to uni the year after. But being away, he probably won't get to play sport next year, not team sport, because he won't be here for it, at least not regularly. But he would like to maybe continue playing rugby, and maybe he might even get into water polo as well, play club water polo. So I think it's important that he continues with sport, keeps him healthy, active, and it's a good way to make friends and stuff like that. So yeah, I hope he gets back into it, but it's quite nice. I get a little break from Saturday sport before I start in the water polo season, but I think I'll have Saturdays fairly clear until we go into proper competition and stuff like that next term, which is good. Jamie actually really needs the time. He's got to finish off his major artwork, and also he's doing for his final year, he does a sort of a major artwork, and Jamie's doing a really mixed media set of 3 sculptures, post-apocalyptic worlds, as boys are into that stuff. They're pretty cool, but it's due in like just about 2.5 weeks time. He's still got quite a bit to do, so he really needs the time on the weekend to get finished on that. And then the other thing he's doing is he's doing design and technology, where he's designed a house for his grandma in Fiji, because his dad comes from Fiji, he's Fijian, and they have in the villages in Fiji where they live, the houses are really old and they're not great and it needs repairs, and so he's designed a gorgeous sort of modern Fijian house, tropical house. And Jamie's dad was saying the other day, one day he wishes he could actually build the house for his mum. So he has all the designs on the computer. He's worked pretty hard on that. And he's made one model so far, but he actually needs to make a proper model that he then presents that gets marked by the external examiners. So yeah, he's got quite a bit to do in the last 2 weeks of this kind of stuff, and then all he's got to focus on after that is exams. He's just finished what we call the trial exam, so it's like the last school-based assessment task, and then he does the external exam, which is run by pretty much the Board of Education, I guess you could call it. All right, I am going to pop off the video because it's a bit boring just watching me stitch down a heart. And once I'm done, I will come back and show you some of my ideas for what I'm going to put around the outside. All right, so be back soon. Okay, so here is my heart. I've stitched down all the way around the edge. I came down through the middle and then up around that edge to make it stay down. And then I've got a whole bunch of scraps. I'm not going to stitch these down tonight, but I'm going to show you what I'm thinking. So I'm thinking of putting like bits of scrap, stitching down bits of scrap the whole way around my heart. So these will be like collaged around the outside. So for example, I might do this, move that down a bit. Okay, so this is what I'm thinking, just scrappy little bits that will be curved. Some of these I need to make narrower. Some of these I've actually just pulled out of my scrap bin. See, it's worth keeping your little scraps because sometimes you can use them. I'll probably cut that one down a bit. It's a bit thick. And I'd curve them around into the corner, etc. Something like that. So that's what I'm thinking, scraps around the outside. And then I might even decide that I do want to just add that little trim to frame the heart as well, that little piece of baker's twine. So that's what I'm thinking. It's not going to be a long video tonight because, yeah, I was watching the Matildas. But I hope you have some good ideas for your interpretation of the prompt love, and we look forward to seeing what you do. Okay, thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next week when I finish off my heart. Bye.